Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Let's Talk Politics. In this video, we're going to be talking about and discussing why Dr. Fauci keeps changing his mind over and over again with his mask guidelines and COVID recommendations. And this video is going to be super short, most likely under 5 minutes, maybe even within 3 minutes, because I just want to get this quick video out discussing and basically why I think Dr. Fauci keeps changing his mind with his COVID guidelines and his mask mandates. So let's get started. So basically, let's make this video quick. So basically, I think Dr. Fauci doesn't know what he's talking about, and I don't want to sound too biased. I just think, COVID came out of, nowhere. COVID came out of nowhere, and Dr. Fauci wasn't prepared, but you could say that he knew COVID was going to happen because he very well could have known it. But I'm not sure if he did know COVID was going to come. But there are some theories that he did know COVID was going to come before we got the first case. And I just think he wasn't prepared. COVID came out of nowhere unless he knew it was coming before we got the first case. But if he didn't know it was coming, he was unprepared. He didn't expect for this to happen. So basically, I think Dr. Fauci came unprepared if he didn't know that COVID was going to happen. But if he did know, then yeah, he takes the blame. But I think the reason why Dr. Fauci keeps changing his mind over and over again with mask mandates, because he says over and over again, he keeps changing his mask mandates and his COVID guidelines and, all the, guidelines. He keeps saying, you shouldn't wear masks, they're not, they're useless, not stuff like that. Not fully 100%. He didn't actually say that word per word, but yeah, he said stuff like that. And then he changes his mind again and says, you should wear masks. And he goes back again and says, you shouldn't wear masks. And then, not just with masks, other things too. He says, no masks indoors, and then with a vaccine on, and then, you have to wear a mask indoors with a vaccine, and then you can take off your mask with a vaccine, and you can't take off your mask with a vaccine, even with a vaccine. So, he keeps changing his mind over and over again with these COVID guidelines, and he's not sticking to one answer. He keeps changing his guidelines, and a lot of people are worried about Dr. Fauci and worried about this because they're starting not to believe Dr. Fauci and starting to believe that he's a liar. I'm not saying he's a liar, but I'm saying that he's becoming more untrustworthy with the American people because of he keeps changing his answers, COVID, guidelines over and over again. People are starting to think that he doesn't even know what he's talking about. He's kind of lost. So yeah, I think he is lost. I think this is what I think is going up with Dr. Fauci. I think he's lost, and I think he doesn't know what he's saying, and I also think that he's not for sure on what he's saying. And he deleted his emails. He got caught deleting his emails, I'm pretty sure, something like that. And that could relate to this, but I just wanted to bring that up. That might not relate to this, but it also could relate to this. And I just think he's actually not sure because, like I said, COVID came unexpectedly. He could have known before we got the first case, like I mentioned. But if he did not know, I don't blame him. He's going to have to keep changing his COVID mask mandates or COVID guidelines over and over again. But this is becoming too often. He's not sticking to one answer. So people are tired of keep switching to not wearing masks indoors to wearing masks indoors, and just they're tired of switching because Dr. Fauci keeps switching his mask, or not just mask mandates, COVID guidelines and COVID restrictions. He keeps changing it, so people don't know which to stick with anymore. So people are losing trust in Dr. Fauci. So at this point, a lot of people aren't gonna believe anything in what he says, and they're just gonna ignore what he says because at this point, he's just keep changing his mind, and no one believes him anymore. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think is going on with Dr. Fauci? Do you agree with me that he is lost and he doesn't know the for sure answers about COVID? Because I think he doesn't know the for sure answers about COVID. And I just think he doesn't know the answers to COVID, in my opinion. At this point, he's guessing. it's obvious. He keeps changing his guidelines. At this point, he's guessing to see which works out better. With whether he says no mask or with masks, he keeps changing the guidelines to see which one works better, because he doesn't know for sure, and that's my opinion. It makes sense. So let me know if you agree with me in the comment section.